Welcome to the Solution Stage at Earth Acts, where we are here now with Rachelle-Begley, actress, of course, but also environmentalist. Welcome, Rachelle.
Thank you.
So, as an actress, you know how to tell stories. You learn how to tell stories in a good way,
Yes.
inspire people.
Hopefully, yes.
So how do you tell this story of the environment in such a way that a lot of people can get enthusiastic and want to join and want to be part of it?
Well, I mean, we started telling that story with a show that we did many years ago called Living with Ed. And the way that you tell the story is you tell your authentic truth, I think. And how I came to the environment was I met a man who I fell in love with, and Ed. And up to that point, I was named after Rachel Carson, who my dad always told me I was named after Rachel Carson, the mother, I consider the mother of the environmental movement. She wrote Silent Spring about, dangers of DDT and all that. And all my life I'd heard that. And my father was a conservative. He was an engineer. He was a farmer, but he loved the land. And so he instilled that. He came out of the Depression again. So like Ed's father, my husband, he, saved everything and conserved. Conservative who conserved. But not until, I was very active. I've always been an activist, so I've always had causes. But when I met Ed, as a matter of fact, one of the first times I dated, we went on a double date with, I will name drop, Don Henley, great Texan from the Eagles. And I said, guys, I think this is quite, this is a safe thing to be involved with. What about poverty and, and social issues, global social? And Don said, without the environment, without clean water, clean air, the environment, we really don't have anywhere. We have nothing. This is the common denominator here.
And that is so true. And at the same time, if I look at the United States today, I see a country completely falling apart. There is one part that says yes, and the other part says immediately no.
Right.
In that environment, is there any reason to work together on
Yes.
the environment?
My reason is health. I come to the environment, I stay in it because the health effects, and I don't like to get, like sexist or whatever. Women believe, take care of the family and men take care of the energy. But there is a truth to that because the effects of, smog and pollution on breast cancer. There's statistics. I don't know the statistics. My sister's the scientist. She did a whole thing on it. I have it on my computer. I look at it and go, wow. I can't rattle those statistics off, but I can tell you that there are effects. We know that. We know the brain health from people who live near, children who grew up near smog or oil derricks like in LA. There's real effects. So my story is about coming to this, the common denominator, everyone has a person they care about. Everyone has a person that's gotten cancer. Everyone has a person that's gotten some brain issues, neurological issues. And this isn't conjecture, this is fact. There is a definite effect of dirty air, dirty water, a bad environment on health.
But do you think does that come across when you talk to the other side of the country that is telling us that global warming doesn't even exist?
If you say global
change
warming,
what is it? The word
yeah,
you use is so a hoax. So if you start talking about health, do they say now I get it?
Well, I don't know if the light bulb goes off in that moment, but if we talk more about it, maybe if we can give this, if we can appeal to something, everyone has, in my opinion, we have to be affected personally. That's, people don't, it's hard to change. Change is hard. I know my own change is very hard. But I can change if it affects me personally. So that's where I want to have messaging. That's what I do, is try to get...
Let's talk about messaging. So you did the great thing of this show, Living with Ed, showing how to put solar panels on your roof and why it was not a good idea or it was a good idea. Great, inspiring. People get motivated. It was
funny. It was, first and foremost, It was entertainment.
Okay, so now Now we have the big divide in the United States. We don't seem to be able to agree on anything. What is the show that you could make that would help, get people, on the same page again?
Well, the show that I want to make,
No,
he went
tell
out
me.
there. I want to do a show about health and wellness. And I really want, and health of, if you take care of this, you may be more willing and understand the connection. You may be more willing to take care of your environment. Health and wellness. So I do have a show about that I am pitching. One is very specific to my husband who has Parkinson's. It's ironic, isn't it? An environmentalist who got Parkinson's. He grew up in the dirty San Fernando Valley, played in DDT, because that's what they did. They used to spray the lima bean field that he lived across from. He'd play in DDT because they mist. And then, maybe some head trauma coupled with, he worked over a trichloroethylene plant, not trichloroethylene, I think it was something like that, the degreased, because it was Aerosmith out there,
Yeah.
I mean, Aerosmith is a band. Aerospace.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. I was listening to you in
I
space.
do know the difference sometimes. Anyway, the bottom line is he ended up, and this is not, it's in People magazine and he's written a book about it and he's very open about it. That is an interesting story. Mm-hmm. And he's still talking about, he has it. We all are dealing with something.
Yes. So the health issue could unite us. That's.
I think it's a way.
Yeah. Well, and of
Why not?
course, well, yeah, sure. We need to find these moments. Now,
Yeah.
you were inspired from two sides ultimately, from your father's side, and then you met your husband, to become more involved with environmentalism over time.
Right.
Over these years that you've been involved, what are the great success stories? What have you observed that you feel like, okay, this is where we really made progress?
Well, in building, we built a home.
Yes.
And people are building more consciously. They are thinking about certainly in Los Angeles. I don't know about the world because I only live in Los Angeles, and I see that they're more drought tolerant, landscaping. They're taking out their lawns. They're doing the things that they can do that make a difference, and it's usually about their pocketbook. No question about that. But so, building is one, using cleaner products. First thing I say is go in your kitchen, go in your bathroom and look at what you have and take it out and see what are the ingredients. Look them up, get active, get interested, because this is your body. This is the biggest organ on your body, the skin, the breathing. Take care of this. And you may be more interested to take care of this.
So tell me, when you met your husband, that was, you had already been in the world for a while.
Yes, I have.
So so when you met, you also were meeting at that moment somebody who was really dedicated to the environment. So what do you remember? What was your first kind of thing? What did he say? Hey, are you doing this? You're crazy. And you realized what? What was it?
Well, the first time I ever saw him speak, he talked about riding his bicycle all over Los Angeles. And I thought, well, that's really good for you, Mr. Actor, who can afford to ride your bicycle all over. But thus, mere mortals have to, drive a car,
Uh-huh.
And so, it was a little adversarial at first, needless to say. One of my first dates was like, hey, guys, this is an issue that I think is pretty, it's not realistic
First
to me.
world issue.
Mm-hmm. First world, yeah.
Yes. But that was the overall idea of why would we take care of that, and then you started understanding, or you were told.
I got interested in him because he was funny, he was real, and he happened to be interested in something. And I like people who
You were done with dull people.
Yeah. He had a cause. He was passionate.
Uh-huh.
And that's important to me.
Which other causes have you pursued?
What other
life?
what?
Other causes have you pursued?
Well, feminism,
Uh-huh.
women's issues, children, obviously.
And on that, have we made progress in your lifetime on that issue?
Yes, we've 3 steps forward, 2 back, 3 steps, but we had a woman running for president. I mean, a couple in my lifetime, and came close. unfortunately, it didn't work out. But, you know, it will one day. More women are in politics. More women are in leadership. So we have made progress.
Would the world be a better place if we had more women in leadership?
Absolutely. Women,
You can objectively say that.
100%.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
No, I agree with you.
Yeah.
I agree with you. Yes. Women bring people together.
Yeah, and we care about our families. We care about our body. You know, there's things that we don't, you know, maybe that is what it takes. Because if, you know, caring about children in order to care about the planet, I don't know. I think men care about children, don't get me wrong. You know, but you don't birth them. There's something,
Well,
I can't tell you why. I don't know why.
Well, men care about power too.
That's true.
And that is not so helpful.
Well, it can be out of balance.
Yeah. Who has the power in the solar home in Los Angeles where you live?
I have the aesthetic power, no question about that. He has no aesthetic sense whatsoever. But I leave all that other stuff that I'm just not as interested in. I'm not, I have to say.
And when you get guests, do you first show them the solar panels or first your designs?
The design, because I said, I want to build a home in Los Angeles that doesn't look like George Jetson, not that there's anything wrong with modern, but I want it to fit into my neighborhood, and I want no one to be able to go, well, that's an eyesore.
Yes.
Oh, you see those, I want to be able to, and I had to find a property that I could build with a south-facing roof line to get the optimum amount of sunlight on those panels.
Geez.
And I did.
Conditions were set.
Yes.
Was that a happy time in your marriage when you were building the home?
Oh, I so wish I had a show. I did have a show when I started to build that home. And then, you know, that whole network went the way of the dodo. It became Planet Green, and then it became barbecue shows. Yeah. So we took what was that about? I don't know why we've decided that it's not chic or not good or not whatever, but the environment.
You're the actress, you're the storyteller. What is the story you want the world to know about the environment?
I want to know that you can do it. You can do it. We can do it, but we have to we have to take the power. The individual, I mean, it's not, and the individual votes. So it's not just the individual, you know, changing their light bulbs. It's the individual taking a stand and going, you know, I deserve, you know, to have clean air and clean water, and it's a right. And if I focus on that, I might not focus on, you know, killing other people. I don't know.
Thanks, Rachelle.
So, thank you.
Well done.